Hola queridas, welcome back to season 12 of the BEAM&Flow podcast. I'm your host, Chloe Cofresi, and the BEAM&Flow podcast is all about harnessing your body, energy, awareness, movement, and flow to live a life that feels like summer camp. This season, we are chatting with folks who I have found make a huge difference in their own communities, in the world at large, simply by following their joy. And it sounds simple, but sometimes following your joy is a process. And we get into it. We are looking at the nitty-gritty of that this season. So I'm very excited to share this episode with my dance teachers, Aaron and Gabriela from Salsa Oconee. And I'm just going to leave it there. This is a super fun conversation about dance, joy, and passion. So let's get into it. Bienvenidos! I am so excited to be here with Gabriela and Aaron, my wonderful dance teachers for salsa and bachata. I've been taking lessons with the two of you since like July, August, something like that.
It was.
You started before, but I was in the play, so I couldn't.
It was around there.
Yeah.
We started in May, so maybe about July, August.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So tell me how you each came to dance.
Well, I will tell you, I love to dance since I was a little girl. When I had my children, I stopped dancing for a long time until my kids were in Peru, and I took up a Zumba class. And that kind of just reminded me of how much I love to dance. I didn't remember how much. And then I looked up some events. That's when I came across Susan's event in Greenville. I was terrified to dance. I swear, I wanted to cry because I couldn't do like one freaking turn, and I was just so intimidated. But I went back, and eventually I went to Peru. I took classes there, and I learned to be more confident, more feminine, because I do lady styling. And it's just been one of those things that I love art, and the way to express myself is through dance. It's especially when I'm feeling it's a way for me to release emotions when I feel like I have too many of those. So it's been great for my confidence, my the way to just express myself. So and then I came here and I had to talk him into doing it because I was like, I'm not doing this alone. There's no way. But Mr. Aaron over here has more experience. So I was like, unless you do it, I'm not gonna do it. So he finally gave me the yes.
So how did you get into it? And then let's talk about how the idea happened to bring you over here.
Okay, so the way that I got into it, it's a bit of a story. So growing up Black, it is kind of a requirement that you know how to dance. And I couldn't really dance as a kid. I wasn't really coordinated, none of that stuff. And so I used to dancing, the thought of it used to make me so nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I went to my junior prom and my date basically left me because I couldn't dance. It's that's some trauma right there.
You just scooch more towards the middle though, because we're gonna lose your beautiful face. There we go.
Okay, am I in? All
now
right.
you're in.
So
your date almost left you at prom.
Yes, and so fast forward a few years later, over the summer, I'm working at this lab down at the University of Florida, and I have nothing to do, and I'm just looking for things, and I see salsa classes, and I'm like, you know what? We're gonna try this, because my family's Panamanian, and so I remember having cousins that made fun of me because they're like, "No, you can't dance, man. You can't speak Spanish. You can't dance, man. You're not one of us." So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to dance, so that way I can prove to my cousins that I'm real. And so I started taking my first salsa classes, and I just fell in love with it because it's so. It's just a way to express yourself. It's also there's so many things that you can learn. There's so many details. It's really technical for a lead, which is something that I loved. And I played a lot of sports growing up, and so it kind of allowed me to take that mentality that I developed over the years and apply it to something different. And yeah, ever since I've just been super passionate about dancing.
And also the coordination that you gain over time, like the control
Oh,
of
yeah.
your body
Oh, yeah.
is amazing. And how you can just move different parts of your body and go with the music and just create things, which I'm artistic, so I love to create. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, I
Love
will say
everything
too,
about
like it translates to so many other areas. Like I wish I had started dancing earlier because after I started dancing, when I would go play pickup with people, I'm just doing whatever I want. I'm like bang, 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 swish.
Feel the rhythm of life a little differently.
Yeah, and like you can you just move through spaces because I'm so
Yes.
used to like turning and like doing all these
Yeah.
things, and so I definitely recommend dancing for everyone. Like especially like young men, like go dance. Like that's the way.
I mean, listen, even if it's just to pick up ladies, like
Oh yeah.
it's a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a great way for young men to have a little bit more confidence in their game.
Oh yes, like oh my gosh, in college, like because after I took those classes, like I'm one of those people where if I really like something, I like dedicate myself to it. So I basically like got really decent really quickly. And so now I'd be in college, I'd be like, hey, you want to go dance with me? And girls like, oh, damn.
Oh, we love
Yes, please.
Oh, like, oh.
I love a good dancer. It's
Yeah.
funny, my brother started taking classes for the same reason. He would be pushed to dance, and he would like a lot of men, because I've heard this from a lot of men, and they're like, no, so they're not able to get any chicks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great way.
So you started taking classes with Susan at Salsa Greenville?
I went to one of her events.
Okay.
And actually her assistant at the time, let me not leave him out because he was a big part of it, Talha.
Oh, I met him.
Yeah. And he's come, when we...
That's what I'm saying. I met him at the thing. Yeah.
I was about to walk out because no one was asking me to dance. I did the early class. And then as I was walking out, he asked me to dance. And I was like, okay. And then from then on, he would come to my apartment and he would teach me and we would practice. And that's when, I gained the courage to do more of it. And I would say I've been, pretty decent at dancing since I was very little. And I just saw that I had, I was kind of very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So that inspired me to continue.
And where did the idea to like join up and bring it to Oconee happen?
It started with me because
Yeah,
I was
it
the
did.
one.
Yeah.
I live very far from Greenville, and I dance everywhere I go. And people always ask me, "Do you teach?" I love how you dance. I always get asked, and I'm like, I would love to, but I don't want to do it without experience. So he and I had become very good friends, and I knew he was teaching with Susan, and I just asked him quite a few times.
Yeah.
I know there's no dancing around here, so I was like, I
Yeah.
think this would be a good spot. There are a lot of Latin people. You don't have any dance lessons like this. Greenville's about an hour and 20 minutes. No one wants to go there every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, then Mr. Aaron said yes to me finally.
Yeah, it was because I started taking classes with Susan, and then after a while she asked, well, do you want to train with me? And I was like, okay. And I really liked training with her because she's super duper old school, and she will tell you if you're wrong, but it's the level of detail that I want. And so I've been training with her.
Blunt.
Yeah, very blunt. And like honestly, that's what I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so I've been training with her for a minute, and then Gabriela started asking, and at first I was like, I don't know, my schedule's kind of busy, that seems far away. And to be honest, like even though I live in Pendleton, I really wasn't plugged into the Oconee community, and I was like, well, why would I want to be? I didn't really grow up here, don't really care, but I don't know why, but I remember one day we were talking, and just like for whatever reason, like in my head, I was like, okay, like let me just try this. And so
Yeah, I was surprised when
Yeah.
he said yes. I did not think about it. I was like, okay, we're going to start looking
Yeah.
for a spot. We're going to do all this and then I was like, before he says no to me.
And honestly, like that was the best thing I could have done because it really helped me see the community in a very different way. And two, like, I enjoy training under Susan, and I also enjoy having my own because now, or our own, because now, like, the stuff that I learn in one place I can directly apply to another, and you just get to share like that love and that passion with other people, which I think is so important. So
Yeah.
yeah.
When I was apprenticing in bodywork, part of it was teaching, and you become such a better student when you're teaching what you're learning because you have to process it in a way that you can actually communicate it.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, I like what you were saying earlier too about how dance applies to so many other areas of life.
Oh yeah.
I remember it was maybe like a month into taking classes with the two of you, and it hit me. There was this like panicky feeling that would come up when you would dance with me, but you would start to like advance stuff that, because I've been dancing my whole life too, but not in a technical way. And so I pick up on things fairly quickly, and you were challenging me, and you weren't telling me what was coming next, and you were just dancing the way you're supposed to dance. And I remember having this panicky feeling like, shit, I should know already. Like, I should know what I'm supposed to do. And it felt horrible. And I realized, like, oh, that's a pattern of mine, like, in life. When I feel like I should know something already, I get very, like, ah. And so having a very tangible thing to kind of work through that has actually been huge and very profound in the last few months.
I love that you said that. That is so true. We manifest many of the things that we are or that we do when we dance. Oh, my gosh. And that's when, in fact, I saw a post about this on Instagram and, you know, kind of describing the things that you are and how you manifested in dancing. I was like, that's so true. So, yeah.
No, I feel the same way because for me, one of the things I had to get over with dancing was just being confident and assertive and saying, like, no, we're going here. Because I remember one time I was actually dancing with Susan, and she was like, commit. Like, because I would sit there and set up one thing and be like, no, I want to do something else. And she's like, commit. And I was like, all right. And so the battle that I had to face to become a better dancer was just to be like, no, this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. And one of the things that actually helped me, I started playing more pickup again because, like, when you play pickup ball, you just got to know. You don't have time to think. Everything's coming so fast. And, like, getting those instincts back made me really confident on the dance floor. And then as I became confident in the dance floor, I, like, started becoming just more confident in life. Like, I started getting better at saying, no, like, this is what I want. Like, it made me a lot more, in a healthy way, it made me a lot more assertive. And that was something that, like, because, you know, I grew up the perpetual nice guy, you know, you don't want to upset people. And I never knew how to, like, just stand and be until I really got into dancing, and especially having to teach it, where it's like, no, like, you gotta be, like, there.
You know, there's a, what's his name? John Wineland. He's like a relationship coach, whatever. And he talks about how with relationships, you've got to be able to, like, for men, because in this modern age, right, like, women often out earn men now, and the dynamics are different. So for a man who's like, well, how do I show that I have something, like, to offer? Presence is a huge thing. And I can't think of a better way to, like, embody what being present and leading is than dancing. And as a woman following, like, being able to trust and just, like, let go and have fun and not have to worry about what's coming next is not something that I get to experience very often in the rest of my life. So having this space where it's like I can just do that is amazing.
Yeah. And that's one thing, like, we've talked about this too, but, like, one of the things we really like about dancing is it does reinforce, like, and I think tradition gets kind of a bad reputation now because tradition is associated with, like, repressiveness, and it's like, no, it's just the old way of doing things. It's these values that we had that can still exist in the modern society. So there's nothing stopping you as a woman from out-earning men. That's fine. However, I do think it's important for men to be men and for men to lead. And, you know, on the dance floor, that really shows. It's like, hey, like, you can be the strongest, most independent woman you want to be, but for these 3 minutes, it's 5 minutes or whatever, like, you got to trust me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I can say it's very frustrating when I'm in that space and then the person can't do that. It's like, I wanted to let go. But we're all learning.
And I think
one of the hardest things, and I'm sorry, that I see and I get from women who start dancing, trusting the guy is the hardest thing. And it manifests, in our life because it's so hard for us to trust men.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, I think that dance has made me a better man because it showed me what healthy masculinity can look like. And
Absolutely.
there's a lot of, like, if you go on YouTube now, there's a lot of toxic masculinity out there. Men being like, I'm a high value man and women should just do this. And it's like, no, it's about what you can be, your presence, the feeling that you provide. Like, one of the things that I love about as a dancer is when I'm dancing with somebody and I just see it in their eyes where they're like, oh.
Oh, I love that feeling.
It's so good.
It's like, oh, you got me. Oh, we doing this now, and we doing that, and then he got girl. Oh, girl, he got me twirling. and then no. I know,
Twirls are fun.
as a lead, I know I got you when, like, at the end when, like, you go back to your friends, you're like, oh, girl, yeah, look at, oh, that girl. It's like, oh, and then they got out the phones and stuff, and they're looking at each other. I'm like looking at the video. I'm like, that makes me so happy, and I think like that's. As a man, I think that is like one of the most important things I've learned from dance, and that's the thing that translated in life. Like, I've learned to be a lot more assertive with what I want, but it's a healthy assertion. It's not like, I want this. It's, these are my values, this is what I believe, this is how I feel. So.
Yes, and I will say as a follow, we inspire men. We totally do, and even in dance, of course, in dance. When you're dancing with a guy and he sees, all the things you're doing, he's just like, oh yeah, I can do this. He just gets inspired, and it's really nice. They'll do anything at that point. Anything you ask.
So I have two completely different paths that I want to go down. The first one is a little bit more fun, so we're going to go down the fun path first.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think one of the most fun things that I have experienced with dance, which I also experienced as an actress, is this healthy, safe place of expression, right? And I would love to talk a little bit about how, because I have people ask me all the time, like, but you're like dancing real close, like sensual, things get misinterpreted. And I point to you two all the time. I'm like, listen, my dance teachers are not together. He's married. Like, there's nothing happening other than the dance, but this is a safe place for like expression to happen and connection to happen without other things coming into the way. And I think people kind of don't realize that that's part of what makes the arts. The arts is like this beautiful place of connection, and it's an act, but it's also like, it's an act where you get to be fully yourself in this contained little moment that's just this. So talk to me a little bit about your experiences with that.
It definitely is, and that's what I like about it. It's that safe space to express, and even when you're doing the closer things, like it's always about boundaries and consent. How you be close, like there's a way to do it that's like, hey, we're close, but it actually not really. We were just talking about this after class yesterday, where it's like, if you're not comfortable with something, a good dancer, you can just say, hey, I'm not comfortable, and a good dancer, a good partner will be like, all right, cool.
I have to say that often to men before we start dancing, I'm too sensual, while we're dancing,
Yeah,
most
and
of the time they're respectful.
I do remember one time I was dancing with somebody, and we got into like a closer move, and she was like, wait, whoa, I'm not comfortable. And I was like, okay. So you just go with it and you change, because at the end of the day, if you're not comfortable on the dance floor and you're not creating that safe space, like, in my opinion, you need to find another hobby. And if you're not committed to that, and like, that's just my opinion. There are a lot of people that go to dance and, you're trying to find a partner, or you're trying to find a person, like you're trying to get a date or whatever, go for it. But for me, it is just more about, hey, for these moments, this is an expression, it's art, nothing more. It's not real. It's like in the movies or in a play, or like.
I have done love scenes and people are like, isn't it? Like, what is that like? I'm like, it is the most unsexy thing in the world. Like, we're sitting there, the camera's getting like the hands intertwined, and it looks like this really romantic thing on the camera. And we're talking about like, so we're gonna get eggs after this? We're getting waffles? Like, what's happening after this moment? Like, there's nothing sexy about it, but it looks that way because that's the intent in that little moment.
Or like, remember when we did that routine? It's like, wait, your foot was in the wrong way. No, your timing was off. No, it's like we're sitting there like having like a mini argument. Like, no, your hands in the wrong spot. No, I can't. Stop. Move. and everybody and the audience is like, wow, like that looks so like intimate and romantic. And it's like, actually, there would be times where we'd be like, I hate you.
Yeah. Definitely, especially when we were practicing for the Wahala event. Festival.
Yeah.
That is one really so. When I got the ping to move to Seneca, I was like, all right, I need two things. I need a dance community, because I had this community in New York that I wasn't taking lessons, but it was a spiritual expression in the form of a dance club. Like, that's what it was. And I was really sad that I wasn't going to have that here. And then I said, and I cannot be the only Latina. Like, I have done that. I felt like I didn't know where you were in St. Louis, but I felt like I was the only Latina in St. Louis, okay? Yes. I didn't know where you were, but I felt very alone.
There was one other Panamanian dude that I knew of across the entire city. It is like,
Yeah. So I said, I can't do that again.
Nope.
I don't want to do that. And then I saw your post on Facebook, and I was like, well, and that was within a week of saying, all right, I'm going to go, but, like, you got to make this work out.
Look at God.
Look at God,
Look at
right?
God.
Like, so, and it's been truly amazing to have this little group of Latinos, and then realizing, like, oh, there's, like, a whole Wahala, Westminster, like, look at us.
Yes.
We're all over here. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. It was nice.
One of the things that I really, like, admire about you, Gabriela, one of the things, like, probably the only reason why I stuck around was because, like, she would be like, no, you need to see this community. Because I'd be like, why I need to see this community? Like, it ain't nothing but rednecks and blah, blah, blah out here. It's Oconee County. Like, I was like, and at one point, like, it was Salsa Oconee that, like, really changed me. Like, it softened my heart. And I was like, oh, wow, there's people here, and there's a community, and there actually is a place.
You thought you would get murdered here.
Yeah, I was like,
basically.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
You would be the nicest people here.
Yes.
Then you met Jennifer, and you were like, oh.
I was like, okay, all right, I could do this. But for me, it opened me up, and it forced me out of my own, like, insular world. And especially nowadays, because, 2024, 2025 is very divisive for obvious reasons, and everybody's like, no, those people over there, they crazy. No, those people, they crazy here. And so seeing the community come together, it's like, look, I see everybody as people. We all have this interest. We all respect each other. And, like, honestly, like, I do not. Can I curse on you?
yeah, of course. Fuck yeah.
Okay, shit. So I'm not bullshitting when I say that, like, when I'm messaging and I'm like, yeah, Gabriela and I, we really feel like this is a family. Like, no, I fucking mean that shit. Like, and that coming from me, like, I just don't say that loosely. And so, like, I really do want to say thank you to dance, and I guess thank you to you too, because at first I was like, no, I'm not going out.
I got this man to commit, and what? I don't even know. I didn't take that
Inspired
long.
him.
Yeah. Initially, he was just gonna do it for a few months until he helped me through it.
Oh, you're not leaving now.
No, I'm not.
You're stuck with us.
No, you stuck now, boy. Yeah, that's.
But he was like, wait, I don't even remember how you told me, but he basically wanted to say, I was like, oh, yeah, he likes the community.
I do, and it really, like, it gave me another purpose outside of work that I was searching for, and I have been searching for a way to impact our community for a while that really meant something, because, like, my work in the communities that I serve through work and all that doesn't really happen here. So to be a part of Oconee in this way has been truly eye-opening and honestly life-changing for me. Like, it's really, like, altered the way that I see things.
I love that. That's actually a perfect segue into what I wanted to kind of talk about next. I can speak. Which is how when you devote yourself to whatever it is that brings you joy and not having Spirits are like, yes, she's talking. Listen.
Look, your ancestors, my ancestors.
Right. Everybody's like, yes, listen.
The ancestors are like, we here for this.
When you devote yourself to the thing that brings you joy, even if you don't have a plan of how it's going to look, you're just like, this is the step that's right in front of me. I'm just going to take this step. But you're devoted to it, right? Like as an athlete, you wake up, you train, you practice. Somehow, like, purpose finds its way to you. Like it becomes this thing that you didn't even realize. And we that's the thing that we like want in movies and stories. We're like looking for that, the people who find the purpose and they rise, but you can have it in like your life. What is the thing that brings you joy? For us, it's dance. And yeah, I just wanted to hear your thoughts about following your joy, even when you don't know where it's going to lead.
Well, I, as a Christian, for me it was very important to find something that could serve others, that would be a good thing. And I have found that in dancing because of all the things that we've talked about, like all the traditional values and all the things that we learned through dancing. And to me, that was, I was like, well, if I'm going to do this, I want to do it for others. And yeah, so that was my well, I love dancing, but doing something that was good, that was, hopefully good in the eyes of God, was very important. And that is something that I just naturally love to do and have always loved to do since I was little. And I will tell you, I didn't feel confident to be able to accomplish many things in my life when I was little, especially dancing. I've always loved to dance, but I have found that confidence through God, because He tells me who I am, and my identity depends on Him and not anybody else. And even when I feel timid or just afraid, I just go and do it because He defines me. And for you?
What was the question? Because I was just listening and I was like, oh, that's beautiful. I don't know. So it's about like following purpose.
And you're devoting yourself to joy, even if you don't know where it's going.
So I do, you mentioned how I mentioned that I grew up playing sports, and there was a period in my life where like I really wanted to commit to track. And so there was about 8 or 9 months where I just like trained every day, and I wasn't really thinking about what was ahead or behind me. I was like, I just have to be, because I have to train, because if I want this thing, I have to morph myself into the container for it. And that's the way I feel about dance. Like I got to the point, especially as Oconee really kicked off, where it's like, all right, like I don't know what's coming ahead. I just know that this is a good thing, and I know that this is the direction that I want to head in. I want to develop into a better dancer, a better teacher, even a more like a better presence in the community. So because of that, it is truly from God. It is divine, where it's just like, hey, you don't know how this is going to play out, dude, but this is like, you just follow this path, like take it one step at a time, and good things will come. Like you, Victoria, Eric, Fanny, like when I see your eyes and like when we're talking and y'all are like locked in, I'm like, oh snap, like y'all for real, like you want to be here, you believe in this, you believe in us. And so like that inspires me. Can I speak for you on this instance too? Cool. That inspires Gabriela, that inspires both of us to like be good teachers and to like help develop this community. And it is just purely following joy. And like when you follow joy and that path that's laid out for you from God, from the divine, whatever you want to call it, good things do happen. Like I had no idea that Salsa Oconee was going to be what it became. Like I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be like a 3-week thing and I'll be done with it. And then when y'all kept coming back, I was like, shit. I was like, shit. I gotta commit to this.
Mm-hmm. But you couldn't turn back.
No, I'm stuck now.
But I have how many children? Like 8?
Yeah, I got a lot of kids now.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. We like it, coaches.
But it is truly the joy, and I love seeing that, and especially in a world where there is so much not joy, because like life is life be life, and like sometimes it be hard. You know, we all have problems and issues, but when we come to dance, like it's just it's like your temporary just relief from that.
Yeah, and I think you guys have gotten comfortable enough to where you make mistakes and it's okay, because you know, at first when you start taking classes, people freak out like, what is going to be looking at me? No one is.
No, it was me. It was like, I should know this already. No, this is not happening.
I could see that in your eyes, and I'm like, it's okay. But honestly, like it happens at all levels, because I'll talk to pros and they'll be like, yeah, I cried because my hand was in the wrong spot of my performance. And I'm like, but you're like awesome. What do you mean? Like, so it always happens, but and it's a good thing where you're like, hey, I should know more, but also don't beat yourself up about it. Just grow and like in the process and work through it. And because like it certainly happens with us, like when we train with Susan. I'm training.
She be on us.
Oh, that'd be rough too. It's like 4 hours, and it's like
his brain is fried. It's like I can't anymore.
I can't do this anymore. She's like, do a basic step. I'm like, how do I do that?
How do I do it?
How I do that?
Which was right? Which was left?
She's like, raise your right hand. I'm like, which one is which one is my right hand?
True story. That is
no, that happens.
Yeah, he'd be like, no, I can't anymore. I'm trying.
But like it is, and I think like it's good for people to have an art. Like it's good for people to have a hobby, but it is so good for the soul to have an art. And so like if dance is your art and your expression, like follow it.
Yeah, we were just talking about how we can find art in so many things that we don't even think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to leave the audience with a little cliffhanger. So this conversation is going to be continuing with my own solo episode next week, because art is calling me in a different way. So more to come. But this was amazing, and thank you both so much for not only for being here, but for following your joy and for making Salsa Oconee a thing, because it was literally an answer to prayer for me. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chloe. Much success to you, and we hope to see you all of 2026.
Oh,
and we're gonna go party
and bring your friends.
Celebrate
my last weekend in my 30s. Hey.
First of all, wait a minute. Is the camera? Are we still recording?
You're still recording.
Ain't nothing about this girl about to be 40. No,
I'm afraid I'm gonna look older than her tomorrow next to her.
She was like, yeah, I turned 40 on Monday. I was like, what?
Yep.
What? Ain't nothing about you 40, girl.
My past experiences say otherwise. So.
But you know what?
Wisdom, girl.
Exactly.
So I will say this though, because like, okay, Susan is like in her 50s, and when she told me that, I was like, what? A lot of dancers, I don't know what it is, but it is like the fountain of youth. Like they age so gracefully.
Listen, you mix dance with the Latina genes, I'm good.
Yeah, hey.
I'm good.
Continue this for at least 20, 30 more years.
That's
I'm
right.
not trying to age, girl.
There you go.
See, and then like older dancers too, like especially older leads, the ones who've been in the game for decades, and they just know. Oh, I love watching those old men dance, and I'm like, I want to be that. Like, and they so smooth with it, and the girls are like,
Man, they'll make you feel things you've never. It's like, who are you?
Oh, look, that's it. That's the old man. That I'm trying to be.
Mayores. Okay. On that note, if you are in Oconee County on Thursdays and you want to come dance with us, check us out. We're at the Walhalla Museum every Thursday at 7 p.m. Hasta luego, everybody.
Gracias.
Ciao.
Queridas, we made it to one of my favorite parts of each episode, the moment of flow. I love poetry. I love words and rhythm, and how when you mix the two, you get into a beautiful state of flow. And so I want to leave you with that at the end of each episode. So here it is, your moment of flow. Find your feet. Feel your hips. Notice your toes. Notice tu pecho. Send that energy through your fingertips. Don't snuff it out in haste. Dance with every cell of your body. Hold the frame. Surrender. Spin around. Find the hand already waiting for you. And have such fun.